Setting up a used sewing machine and not really sure where to start? Maybe it was thrifted, gifted, or just been in storage a long time and you don't even know if it works anymore? Well, this video is going to be all about the things that you need to check on the sewing machine to make sure it's in good working order. Okay, so the first thing we need to check is, do we have our power cord and do we have our pedal? And does everything look intact, not frayed wires, everything's good? Then we need to make sure we have the right pedal for the machine. They all have slightly different plugins. So make sure you have the pedal that actually goes to your machine and plug it in. Some of them will have the power and the pedal in the same cord. Sometimes they'll be separate. So just inspect this cable, make sure it looks good. Okay, and then we'll plug this end into the wall and we're going to try to power it on. Find your power, turn it on, and you should see a light bulb come on over here in the sewing area. If you were to get a sewing machine, plug it in, and hit the pedal, it's possible you would actually break the machine if you didn't know what to check for before starting. So don't worry, I've actually created a free downloadable PDF checklist for you, so it'll be really easy to reference all of these things that we're going to go over. If your light did not come on, you can open the front of the machine and you can locate the light bulb. Sometimes it's just as simple as pressing on it or twisting it so that it has a tighter connection. Sometimes it actually needs replacing. So if you need to replace it, check your manual for exactly what bulb to get, and you can usually get that at the hardware store. You can sew without the light bulb, but we need to know that you have power to the machine, and that's the easiest way to tell. But we're not going to hit the pedal yet, so let's go ahead and just turn it back off. And some machines actually have a separate light bulb on the machine that has a separate little switch, so you can look for that. And some machines actually don't even have a light bulb. That's usually a really old machine, but it does happen. So if you don't have a light, it's not a reason to panic. Now we can unplug the machine and turn it off for the rest of this right now, just to avoid injury. Now we need to see if the machine actually works. So this is the flywheel on the side of your machine. If your machine already has thread in it, you can only turn this flywheel towards you. If you turn it away from you, it's going to cause thread tangles. If it's not threaded, it's okay to turn it away from you. So try to turn this and see if it can move freely. If you can't move this freely, we have a problem. If you can, you're looking good. Now when you turn this, what you should see over here is the needle going up and down. And again, you don't want to do that too many times when the needle is threaded. So if you see that it's free, everything's good, you can stop there. If it's not free, there's a few things that we need to figure out. If it's not free, we're going to need to look inside the bobbin area here. So slide off your compartment, if applicable, and open up the door here. Yours might be like this, where the bobbin loads in from the side, or it might have a little door on top where the bobbin drops in. Either way, we need to get to the bobbin. Okay, you'll have either a metal bobbin case like this or a plastic one, and then you'll have your actual bobbin. So go ahead and take everything out of there, and then try to turn the hand wheel again. Maybe now you'll get clearance, maybe not. Are you catching all this? Make sure you download your free PDF. You can keep this right in your sewing room, and then you'll always be able to reference these things when you're getting ready to sew again. If there's any thread inside of here or any obstructions, pull everything out, and you just have to do what you have to do. Sometimes you have to cut things, sometimes you have to use tweezers. If you have a side-loading bobbin like this whole bobbin race comes out, so then you can get in there and see what might be happening, see if it's free then. But your number one goal right now is you have to get it freely moving, or we're not going to be able to sew with it. So you have to figure out what's obstructing the movement and then fix it. Sometimes the bobbin case is not inserted correctly, which causes the needle to hit the bobbin case. So this is what I was talking about when I said you could actually break the machine by powering it up before you knew what was going on. So I've actually done this before more than once. I've had this bobbin case in here, and you should always hear it click. But sometimes people try to put it in using this lever, and then they don't hear that click, and then they don't know if it's all the way in there. And I've done this, it wasn't all the way in there, and then I hit the pedal, and you can see what's gonna happen here. I'll do it slow, but the needle's gonna come down and it's gonna hit that. See how it's hitting that? That's bad. So if I were to do that with the power of the motor, it's gonna at least break the needle, and I've had it also damage the bobbin case. This can happen with drop-in style bobbins too. So if we take off our throat plate here, this is our bobbin, and this is our bobbin case. So we need to get in here and clean this machine too. But when you put your bobbin case back in, or if the last person that had it didn't put it in right, this isn't going to be right. So this has to be seated right, like that. It can't be cockeyed like that. And it also has to be in the right position. So you'll see there's a little box with a spring part here, and then there's a little triangle on the bobbin case, a little thing that juts out, and that little triangle needs to be lining up and hitting that little spring piece. So if your needle's hitting something, this could be what you need to check, that your bobbin case is inserted correctly. It should have just a little jiggle like that. So we're always going to take rotations by hand, not using the pedal until we know if everything's free. Okay, so once you've got everything moving, and that could be more complicated than what we're going over here. Once everything's moving, let's move on. Has this been helpful so far? If so, please hit the like, and please subscribe to our channel for lots more sewing deep dives. So let's look at the needle. Whether your needle looks good or not, you should go ahead and replace it, because you're going to need to replace this every couple projects anyway. They're cheap, it's not a big deal. So you can see it's nice and straight. Sometimes it will have hit something like the bobbin case or the throat plate or any reason, and it will be bent. And it might be bent so small that you can't see it with the naked eye, but it's down there causing problems. Or it could just be dull, or it's just not performing right. It's an easy thing to change, and it's gonna often fix our problem. So you turn this little set screw towards you, and you can pull the needle out. When you look at the needle, it has a flat back. So you spin it so the flat part is to the back once you get your new one, and then you slide that up in here as far as it'll go and tighten that needle set screw again. And then you can use a little screwdriver here to get it tighter. So change the needle. That is number one thing that you need to do as soon as you get this machine out. Give it a new needle. These are the Schmetz universal needles that I use on pretty much all of my sewing machines. They really do fit almost every machine, and they work great. I've been using them for years. So if you'd like to get some universal needles for your machine, you can go to our website. I will leave the link below. Another thing is the actual bobbin and the thread that you have on top. Thread is not an heirloom like machines are. Thread gets dry and brittle. It starts to cause problems with your machine. It starts to break easily. So if you're using an old machine, you might just want to empty that bobbin, just start pulling all of it off, and then just refill it. And then if you need help rewinding a bobbin on your machine, you can visit some of my other videos, and you can also look in your machine manual. I have a couple old threads here compared to my new thread, and you can just see how easily this just breaks compared to the new thread, which I could probably break it if I wanted to, but this is strong. You can also see how fuzzy and linty these old threads can be, and lint is really an enemy to your machine. So that could be causing problems if you're trying to use old thread. Just get some new thread, wind that thread onto your bobbin, and that eliminates that as a possible problem. Next, you'll need to make sure the machine has a presser foot on it. This is your presser foot, and this part comes off. So if you hit this lever back here, or yours might just have a little button right here, or some of them just pull off, you'll see the presser foot falls off. So a lot of times when you find a used machine, this will be missing. But again, no reason to worry because they're pretty much universal. All low shank machines take the same ones. So you'll just need to get another presser foot, and that's not a big deal. This part here also comes off. It's a little more uncommon to find that missing, but if that got unscrewed, then this part might come off as well. Now we want to do a little bit of a deep clean. So just go in here with a brush and get all of the dirt out. Make sure there's no lint. Make sure there's no broken needles. Make sure there's nothing. Get everything out that you can. This is going to give your machine the best chance to run nicely. We also need to clean in here. So this silver piece is your throat plate, and it'll have 1 or 2 screws that you'll just need to take out. So we can take that plate off so we can get a nice deep clean inside this machine. A lot of times you'll be appalled at how much lint you'll find in here. So it's actually kind of satisfying to get in here and clean it all out. So you can just get those started with a screwdriver, and then you can just kind of get them out of there pretty easily. Pull this plate off. Yours might be a little different, but just do whatever you got to do to get that out. Look at this. Look at this. This is what we don't want to see. Get all that out of here. Get all that stuff out of here. Get in between your feed dogs. These things are your feed dogs. Make sure you go in there and get that stuff pushed out. All this is going to make it harder for your machine to run smoothly. We want to get in here and clean this out every few projects while we change the needle. So take your time, get all this stuff out, get it nice and clean. While we're in here, we can take this opportunity to add a drop of oil to any of the spots that the machine needs oil. I'm not going to tell you exactly where those are because they're different for every machine, so you're going to need to consult your manual. But normally it's going to be 1 drop around the bobbin area, and then some machines will have special holes where other drops of oil go, but don't assume that's what it is. If you don't know for sure, check your manual. So this is the oil that I use. You can get this in our shop. I'll leave the link below, but it has this nice long spout, and then you just take the little cap off, and then you can easily get in right where you want and just apply 1 drop. After it's all cleaned out and oiled, we can put the throat plate back on and put the screws back in. If you do need to put your presser foot components back on, there's a section that'll look like the bar here. You'll unscrew this screw. You don't even have to take it all the way out, and then just slide that around the bar like that. Make sure it's all the way up as far as it'll go, and then tighten that screw back down. And then you'll take your presser foot and see how it has a little bar right here? So you'll line the presser foot up so that the bar is right under that divot, and then you'll just slowly lower the presser foot lever down until that lines up right with it, and just let it down. And it should click on by itself. If it doesn't, you can press right here, and you can also press this lever or button, and that should make it click on. And then when you raise your presser foot lever again, it should be attached. Another big thing with the presser foot lever, it's very important that that is always down when you try to sew. You should have fabric in, and that should be down, holding the fabric down before you try to sew. You don't ever want to sew with this up. It'll cause immediate thread bird nesting, and you'll have to take it out and start all the way over. So don't ever try to sew with that up and without fabric under it. Now I'm going to insert the bobbin and thread the machine. So if you need help with this part, this is my Kenmore 385. If you have this exact machine, I do have a video on how to thread this machine, and I have videos on how to thread lots of other machines, but they are all very similar. So if you watch a few videos, you should be able to get it, and you should also be able to look at your manual. And if you don't have that, just check online. You can usually find it for free. And then if you can't get it threaded, leave me a comment. I'll try to help you out. But just get your machine threaded, and then we'll be able to test it out. Now I'm going to plug everything back in and turn on the power. Okay, so we got everything moving. We checked everything out. We replaced needles and stuff. We're ready to test it. So I'm going to slide some fabric under the presser foot here, and I'm going to lower the presser foot lever down onto the fabric. Now I'm still not going to hit that foot pedal because I'm just not sure. So I'm going to come over here to the flywheel and just give it one rotation by hand, turning it towards me. Okay, everything seems clear. No obstructions. So that means we're safe to hit the pedal. So I'm going to put the pedal on the floor. Hold on to the fabric here lightly, and I'm going to hit the pedal. And this is what you should have. So if your stitch doesn't look good, or maybe it just caused a huge mess right off the bat, we have some other videos on that. You can check out our video on thread tension. You could also just try threading again. A lot of the times you might have just made a small error and you just didn't thread it right. So there's a lot of things to troubleshoot from there, but if you have it this far, you can probably get the machine working. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching that video on how to reset up your new old sewing machine. I really hope that helped you get your machine running, or at least diagnose what's going on with it. So if you haven't already, make sure you go down to the description of this video where you can get your free PDF checklist. This way you'll have all this information at the ready on your phone or your computer, or print it out so that you never forget all these things that you need to check for when you're about to start sewing again, and maybe it's been a while or it's a new old machine. If you needed to pick up anything we showed in the video, like our sewing machine oil, our needles, bobbins, thread, or anything else, head over to our website, shoppindrop.com, and I'll leave the links below for those items too. So if you have any more questions about getting your machine set up, anything at all, please leave a comment down below. I would love to help you out if I can. So leave anything that you have to say down there, or if you just have anything interesting to say about your machine. What kind of machine are you sewing on? Did you find something interesting? Did you thrift it? Did you inherit it? I would love to know. So thank you so much again for watching. I hope I see you next week for another video. And until then, happy sewing.